Hi fam, what's up? It's your girl Ty, and I'm back with another video. So y'all, this video is just a free talk. I'm not doing a spiritual channel message. I'm not doing no cards. I just want to be Taisha, like in this video. First off, I want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. And if you're stopping by and you're just dropping by and you fucking with my vibes, subscribe. I'm really trying to build my tribe. Um, that's the whole reason why I started this channel, really. Well, that's not the only reason. I was kind of feeling a whole bunch of insecurities about myself. Spirit just kind of forced me into this, but I always knew that I wanted to do it. Because, like, you know how you like know you want to do something, and it's like you keep saying like I'm gonna do it this time, I'm gonna do it that time, because you keep like trying to plan things around. Like, let's say you just finished school or something, or you just had a baby, so you like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this a year from now or 2 years from now, after the baby get about 2 years old. I'm gonna do this after I finish school, and it's like sometimes we'll sit there, know we want to do something, and then we be like, I'm gonna do it there this time and this time, and God was like, why aren't you doing it now? It's like a lot of times we think that it's not the right time to start something, but Spirit be like, I wish the motherfucker had started already. Like, so sometimes Spirit literally will push you into something when it's time, because we don't always know when it's time. That's why that phrase on divine timing is so like important, because it's not your timing, it's divine timing. So obviously, if divine got a time and we got a time, then it ain't the same time. You feel what I'm saying? Because if that was the case, why would we have divine timing? So I just think that sometimes we literally hold ourselves back. Like, even myself, like, I know that Spirit been pushing me to come on here more, because I think this like my third video in a week. And even though I got a YouTube channel, I don't show up that much. I'm not gonna lie, because I be feeling like, okay, well, I'll start showing up more on my channel when I have the time to in my life. Like, I got a lot of other things going on in my life, and sometimes I be feeling like I be neglecting certain areas when I show up so much on here, because I be feeling like I have to give all my divided attention to one area until it's finished sometimes. But in reality, I just been feeling the feeling of it's never finished. Like, nothing's never finished. Everything is really about beginning again, because everything that we're claiming we're beginning, we already did. We just don't remember doing it. When we come here in this new body, in this new vessel, we forget everything that we had before. And I've been thinking deep about like the Egyptians, and how they would, like, the queens and the kings and the royalty people, the people who, had important positions, they would bury themselves with their pets, their jewelry, all their property, all their assets, because they believe that in the afterlife, that when they come back, first of all, in the afterlife, they're gonna, all of that's going with them, and when they come back, they're still gonna have that. And it's like, I feel like, well, one thing that I have noticed, and I literally mentioned this in my video that I posted yesterday, and you know what, a lot of y'all, I feel like I'm definitely trying to, well, I ain't gonna say I am, what Spirit is trying to connect to new, like, more people to the collective, because lately I just been feeling like my vibration and my energy just been shifting like crazy, y'all. And usually when it does this, like, I remember the first time this happened, and I shared this with you guys too, and that's when I just started getting like a lot of a lot of ancestors, not my ancestors, but other people's ancestors, coming to me and giving me like little signs and stuff. And I would go to the people and tell them, and literally some of these ancestors I didn't even know, but I knew the people that they were related to that was here on this and still in the realm. So I like freaked the fuck out, and I like kicked my windshield. I was like having a tantrum in the car, and I ended up kicking my windshield and cracked my windshield. Ugh, I had to get that fixed. So crazy. But when I kicked it, I noticed that in the cracks it was two hearts, and one of the hearts had like a line in it as if it was like a dagger in my heart, and God was showing me the one with the dagger in it was mine. And it was crazy because coming out of mine, behind mine, like as if it was supporting my heart with the dagger in it, was another heart, and God showed me that that was his heart. And I hate when I say his, because that's why I try to say spirit, because I don't like to identify spirit as a woman or a man, because spirit's not human. But anyway, so let me sit up some more. Stop being lazy. So yeah, I was like, what the fuck was I just saying, y'all? What was I just saying? Damn, I hate when that happens. So I don't even remember what I was saying. Dang. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying, but I'm just keep talking. So yeah, so lately I just been feeling like a real strong. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying about the hearts. Oh, thank you, Spirit. So I've been feeling a real strong shift, and the last time I felt this way, I lost my mind, kind of. I remember I was trying to tell my people, like, I want to go to the hospital, like, I want to get checked in. I feel like I need to go somewhere, like, because I felt like I was losing my freaking mind. And he was like, no, no. Cause I was telling him, I literally told him, like, I want to go to the hospital and get Baker acted. Like, I ain't even gonna hold it. Y'all, I'm just gonna be so real with y'all. That's what I said. And that's not the first time I said it, because as I shared with y'all before, I have struggled so much in my life with mental health. As a teen, I literally tried to take my own life. Like, I've been through a lot, like, dealing with mental health. And I even seeked help one time when I was in nursing school a couple of years ago, not so long ago. And when I went to the therapist, I remember when she introduced herself, I introduced myself, blah, 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 blah. And then when it got to the point for me to basically talk and just say everything, how I feel, what I've been feeling, everything. And I just spoke freely, like, about everything, like I kind of do with y'all. And that's why I love being here with y'all too, because honestly, this should be therapeutic for me, like, no shit. And that's why I really don't be caring that much about, like, how many people view and how many people follow me and how many people unfollow me, because I'm not doing this for no fucking followers. I'm not doing this really for the views. I'm doing this to share my experience, and I know that the people who fuck with my experience, who understand this shit, who probably been through this shit, and who probably just respect me for telling my story, they gonna fuck with it. And those who ain't gonna fuck with it, I don't give a fuck, because I just don't. I don't have no more fucks to give. I just feel like my whole life I gave too many, first of all, for people who didn't care about me. So I don't know. And you know what? And even when I just said that, like, for people who don't care about me, it sounded like I was coming from a hurt place. And that's why lately I haven't even been trying to focus on that, honestly. Because it's like, I'm on a healing journey. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, with me healing, sometimes I feel like I come off as, oh, she's a hurt person. And I ain't all the way healed. Let's be real about that. But is I'm all the way hurt? Hell no. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I am learning to have more boundaries now, because I understand that the only way a person can hurt you is you let them get close to you. So it's like, it's okay to, you know what I'm saying, fuck with people and vibe with people. But if you see certain things in people, characteristics that you may not necessarily align with or want that shit around you, you don't have to keep clocking in to that shit every day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when a person show you who the fuck they is, either you gonna believe it or you gonna keep running back and playing in the playground. And every time you fall at the playground, you get mad, because why? Well, you already know. It's like, and just like you fucking get mad at a snake for biting you when you already know the snake gonna bite you. So get the fuck away from the snake. You see what I'm saying? And just because, and going back to what I was just saying about the snake, a lot of times people identify snake, oh, well, they sneaky, or they this and they that. The snake ain't bad. It's the characteristics that the snake do that makes the snake bad. You understand what I'm saying? It's never a human that's bad. It's never that spirit that's bad. How can the spirit be bad when it comes from God? And that's why we gotta understand, we gotta learn. And I honestly feel like my grandma passing away helped me understand this, what I'm talking about right now, even more. Because me and my grandmother, like, we didn't have the best relationship, honestly. Um, like when I was a kid, my dad used to take me over to her house. Like I knew who she was. And the crazy thing is I was named after her. My grandmother's name was Magnolia. And that's also my middle name, Magnolia. And her nickname was Maggie. And that was my nickname on my dad's side is Maggie. So we always like, I guess, was connected. I feel like I just been reflecting a lot on her, and lately she been coming to me so much, and it's crazy because, like, before she passed away, I had been through so many like transitions and transforming and evolving and just getting to know my higher self on a whole new level. That once again, like I was saying at the beginning of the video, I was throwing up like boundaries with people that I felt like didn't necessarily show me that they love me, because it's one thing for a person to tell you they love you, but it's a whole other thing for a person to show you. And I was in the spirit of, you know, I'm not holding on to anything that's not holding on to me. And I realized that it was people that I would literally like I remember, y'all, I used to go through my phone like every like 3 or 6 months. I used to be like, oh, I need to go through my phone. I need to go through my phone and reach out to all of my associates and all of my friends and all of my loved ones and just send them a message. And I would literally just send people messages. Sometimes I would do it in the group message because it was so many people that I, would notice that I haven't talked to in a while, but I really cared about. So I would send a message out frequently to people saying, hey, like something online, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I just want to reach out to you and let you know I love you. And just something along that line. It was, sometimes it'll be a long message when I'm feeling really, really like, in my feelings, because I'm very much an empath. But sometimes, it's a very short message. But it was always, whether it was long or short, it was basically sent out of love. And I was sending that message to let people know that I still love them and I still think about them. And even though we haven't talked in a while, that I still love them. And I realized that when I was doing that, the only time I would hear from some of them people is when I reached out. So eventually I stopped. And one thing that I had done, I've been doing this for a couple of years now, like every year, like sometimes at the end of the year, sometimes at the beginning of the year, I go through my phone, my call log, and I delete, people that I don't necessarily be talking to no more, don't call me, don't text me, or sometimes it literally be people that I met throughout that year, like here and there, and we just never talked. Like, I'm not always so standoffish. Well, I feel like back then I used to be less standoffish, but now I'm kind of more standoffish. So now when I go through my call log every year, it's not that many people to delete because I'm not putting people numbers in my phone in the first place. Like, I'm not giving people access to me as like I did before. And it's nothing to do with me feeling like, oh, I'm on my high horse. Oh, she thinks she this, she thinks she that. It's like, no, I love myself. I'm putting myself first this season. Because for so long, I didn't do that. And when you are that person who are so used to always giving, and then you stop giving to others and you start giving to yourself, people sometimes will take that and misunderstand it. You understand what I'm saying? And I was literally just telling, who was I saying? Oh yeah, my cousin the other day on the phone. I was telling my cousin Jamel the other day on the phone, like, sometimes, cuz, you got to be okay with people misjudging you. Because, like I just said, with me changing things up, changing how I move, changing how I deal with people. And you know what's funny about that, y'all? The funny thing about that is sometimes it can be a person who you know, and they know too, look down on you. The people who didn't even want to be around you. The people who every time you came around, you was a joke. The people who always had something to say behind your back, but they could never say it in your face because they pussy. But they still said what they said. You know what I'm saying? Those people who had the most to say about you, those people who judge you more than anybody else did, those people sometimes be the main ones who be judging you now, saying that, oh, she thinks she this, she thinks you that. And it's so crazy to me how you can judge, you can look at this same person. I'm still Taisha. I'm not, nothing changed. Nothing changed but my status and my character. And God did that. And what God do, no man can't fuck with. Let's make that clear. But it's so crazy to me how someone can look at me in a season, pretty much tell me I ain't shit. And then in the new season, they can look at that same person and say, oh, this person thinks she, like, I just wasn't shit. Now I think I'm all that. Like, make it make sense. Am I a bum or I'm a baddie? Bitch, I always been a baddie. And I'm sharing this with you, family, because I want y'all to understand that we came to this world by our motherfucking self. Understand that. A lot of times people try to make it seem like when you are moving into the spirit, like when you are going more into your inner, into spirit, into your ancestors, you're connecting and you're trying to evolve yourself, people gonna have something to say. Because people are used to that version of you and you was always trying to call on the phone, making sure everybody okay. And when you stop doing that, people got something to say. But guess what? When you was doing that, they still had something to say. So when you was doing it, they had something to say about you. And it wasn't nice. So when you stop doing it, they still got something to say about you. And it still ain't nice. So why the fuck would we keep wasting our time trying to be nice to people who don't even give a fuck about us? You know what I'm saying? And it's not even the fact about them not giving a fuck about us, because sometimes it can be people that literally have love for you, but they have that spirit of envious and jealousy that arises within their solar complex. And they're conflicted on how to feel about you. And that's when they start feeling funny and feeling weird emotions about you and don't know how to act around you, or better yet, might not even want to be around you anymore. Because you make them feel less than what they are when you're around now. Because they remember all the things they said to you. And it hunts them. But it don't hunt me. I don't dwell on it. I don't even get mad about it. But I'll never forget shit either, though. Understand that. And I'm realizing that everybody gonna have a moment in their life when they have that awakenings. Not awaken, but awakenings. Because you're not gonna just have one awakening in your life. You're not. It's gonna be so many more. Even rather you trying to do it or not, God gonna force it on you. Sometimes when we keep playing and keep wanting to, playing the playground, we falling and it's like we keep getting up and like we gonna play again. God gonna make your ass fall so hard one time that you ain't gonna have no choice but to sit down. And all those little, like, you go sit down for a year, you go sit down for 2 years. No, if those 1 or 2 years ain't working and you've been doing this shit for the last 5 or 6 or 10 years, guess what? God gonna sit your ass down for 10 years. However long it takes. It's up to you. However long it takes for you to understand that this is not the direction you should be going, and you should be going in this direction. And if you keep going in this direction and God keep trying to bring you in this direction, I ain't gonna say that, but I hope y'all feel where I'm coming from. God is here to have an experience, not us. Not us. We are. Imagine me dispersing into the air, right? And every little piece that's dispersing off of me becomes another organism. And every organism that comes from my big organism becomes millions of organisms. So now, all those millions of organisms that came from me, source, is amongst Kaya, Earth, right? Those individuals give themselves names. But in reality, Source knows, I know that all those are ties because I'm tied. I became dust. Those dust particles, those atoms became organisms. Those atoms, and going back to the word atoms, they name in the Bible Eve and Adam. Y'all get where I'm coming from? We are like those that dust that came from God. Like that dust, when we die, we turn into dust. They tell us that in the Bible. But that dust don't just stay there. That dust leaves again. So the same source becomes sources through us. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why it's so important to understand the power of your words. Because when you speak, you're speaking like the death over yourself. When you speak, imagine it being a bowl and everything you're saying going into that bowl. And when you finish, you're gonna stir it up, and that's the recipe. And when you get the recipe, that recipe is gonna get dispersed again into the universe. And every single piece of dust, like, and if you said a lot of bad things, guess what? All that bad stuff is gonna be in that organism, and that's you. That's us. What we speak. Speak life over your life. Don't speak death over your life. Never say I'm broke. No, I never use that. And I hate that I had said for example for y'all, but I know God gonna wipe that clean off my what's the name? I can't think of the name I was trying to say right now, but I hope y'all get what I'm saying right now. I didn't even mean to get this deep. I was just talking to y'all, but yeah. Like I said, I just been feeling a strong urge. Like, okay, going back to my grandma, like, we ain't had the best relationship. I knew her when I was growing up. Like, my dad used to take me over there. Because I feel like my dad was trying to force the relationship. Because one thing that I noticed, like, she never really called my mom or my dad to be like, oh, bring Maggie over here. Bring Maggie over here. Come, bring my granddaughter. It was always when I'm with my dad, he was like, oh, we got to stop by here. So I make sure you see your grandma. So I knew her. But, you know, my dad kind of struggled with his own things in life, dealing with drugs and all that other shit. So he had times where he was kind of there, and he had times where he wasn't there. And when he wasn't there, it was because he was dealing with his own, like, mental health problems and shit. So my dad had a lot of issues, too, that he had to work through. So, the times that he wasn't there, like, I didn't see my grandma. Like, I didn't. And even when I was go see, like, be with him, like, I didn't see her all the time. It's like every, like, you know, like blue moon or something. Like, but I do remember though one time, I'm not gonna sit here and just make it seem like it was just all like, oh, it was my dad. When I was in an abusive relationship and I had to fucking escape and run to her house, and I called the police, and I'll never forget that day because I felt like I was so grateful that my grandma was right there. And at the time, she stayed in the hood in the projects, and I was staying close by her home with this guy that I was dating. And long story short, I had to like try to leave when he was asleep, because if I didn't, he would try to beat me, like, and try to put his hands on me. And I used to get tired, always trying to fight and defend myself. And it got to a point when I literally got scared, only because one time we got into it, and he was so big, and that was my first time dating an older guy. And I think I was like, shit, I don't even know how old I was. I probably was like 20, 21, and he was like, he lied to me and told me he was 30 at first, and then I found out he was like 34. Anyway, so yeah, he kind of like chased me out of the, as I was trying to leave. I was trying to hurry up and pack myself, put it in the car. He busted the back of the window out in the car. He had threw a brick at the car trying to stop me. I almost thought he was gonna get me because when I was leaving my door, I heard him like get up, and I like ran out the back door, jumped in the car, and tried to like speed off down the alley. And as I was trying to speed off, he was chasing the car like he was trying to get me, and then eventually he couldn't catch me because I like sped. I sped out so fast. I was scared as hell, and yeah, he threw a brick in the car and he busted the back window. And at the time, I was on probation because when I was, how old was I at the time? 20 years old. Oh yeah, so I had to be 20 when I was dating him. Yeah, so when I was 20 years old, my dumb ass was going. I got pulled over leaving the club, and I ended up getting a DUI. So all right, Spirit. Damn, I wasn't gonna share the whole story with y'all about the DUI, but Spirit told me to share it, so I'm gonna share it. I guess somebody need to hear it, but so okay, thank you, Spirit. Spirit said that somebody listening need to hear this story because y'all be kind of drinking and stuff and just be hanging out and thinking that ain't nothing gonna happen because y'all know y'all close to God, but God is saying, listen to this story that I'm gonna tell you. So I guess I'm gonna tell the whole story and I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. So me and my cousins going out one night. It was like this sink or drink or sink or something shit at the club. Well, basically they were trying to say drink it till you sink. Yeah, that's what it's called. We end up running into these girls. It was 3 girls. It was one of their birthdays. So it was just me and my cousin. They seen us. We was complimenting each other, and we end up being with them the whole fucking night. Like we had such a ball. To this day, if I seen these 3 girls, I wouldn't even know who they was. That was so crazy. But when I tell you, like it was such a vibe. It's like we all clicked. Like we all came to the club together. So I think I ended up buying a bottle too. Me and my cousin went half on a bottle because it was one of their birthdays and they had already had a bottle in their section. They basically like, come with us in our section. So we like, we gonna buy a bottle too. It's only right. Like if we gonna party, we gotta do it right. So we ended up getting a bottle. Got so wasted, y'all, to the point where I got wasted. Just know that. So I get ready to go home. My cousin can't go home. And I'm not going to get into that because that's not my place to talk about that. So we end up going to my mom's house where my daughter was at. And that's originally where I was supposed to sleep at that night because my daughter was already there at my mom's house. And I had planned on dropping my cousin off, going to my mama's house, sleeping on the couch. It's time to take my daughter to school, dropping my daughter off and going home and getting in my bed. Because my daughter's school was right up the street from my home at the time. So I was like, okay, boom. My mom and my cousin had little issues at the time, so my mom acted like she didn't want my cousin in the house. So when I got there, I was going to let my cousin sleep in the car, and I was going to just, go in the house and go to sleep. But as I was getting ready to go in the house, I seen my cousin, and the way that she was sitting, she was exposing her, areas that I felt like if someone walked past, that wouldn't be appropriate. So I felt a feeling of guilt, feeling like you can't leave her like that. So I'm like, fuck, let me go get my daughter, put her in the car so I can go home, and then I can let my cousin sleep in my home in a couch or whatever like that, and not in the car. So, and then I ain't gonna lie, I kept thinking about it too. I kept thinking like, what if somebody walked past like a man or something, they try to like rape her or something, and my cousin drunk, then I would have always felt like it was my fault, like honestly. And me personally, being a rape victim before, I hate saying that, a rape survivor before. I like that better. So anyway, with me being raped before, I just felt like it really was on my conscience, like, don't leave her like that. And I think that's why I was on my conscience so much. So I go in the house to get my daughter, get in the car, boom, 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 on the way home, get pulled over. So that's how I got the DUI. Not only did I get the DUI, this is what Spirit wanted me to share with somebody. I also got, well, I wasn't charged with it, but they arrested me for DUI and child abuse. Eventually, when I by the time I went to my first court date, they had completely dropped the child abuse, so I never got charged with that. The only thing I was charged with was the misdemeanor DUI. And Spirit said I'm sharing this story. Well, Spirit is having me share this story because whoever you are listening to this, you still be hanging out, you still be part of it. And Spirit said there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of times we be thinking Spirit just want us to be like, oh, you shall not smoke, you shall not drink, you shall not do this, but Spirit really ain't like that. Spirit knows what's here. Spirit knows we're going to have an experience. Spirit want us to have an experience. We live and we learn. No one's fucking perfect. So anyway, Spirit ain't saying nothing about you living your life. But what Spirit is saying though is make sure that you're paying attention to how you're living it. Because it ain't about what you do, it's about how you do it. That's what Spirit's saying. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit is saying it's not about what you do, it's about how you doing it. Spirit wants you to know that even though that you're this crazy. First of all, I'm just sitting here telling Spirit like I thought this wasn't supposed to be a channel message. I said I was going to just talk to my collective, but Spirit is coming through. But anyway, whoever this for, I'm sorry. I ain't mean no harm like that. It's just funny because Spirit loves you. That's all I can say. But yeah, like Spirit just wants you to understand that yes, you are so protected. Yes, you are so watched over. However, sometimes going back to what I was saying earlier, when you keep going to that playground and you keep falling, or you keep your best say Spirit say with you, it's like you haven't really felt in that playground yet. You just getting little scars, and you able to like cure that scar, whatever it is. Like let's say you got a flat tire, you was under the influence, and next day you're like, okay, damn, I can't believe I did that, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this tire fixed. And then next week you end up going out again, and you gotta work the next day, and you keep telling yourself, well, I ain't gonna get too wasted, but then you go to work the next day and you feeling like shit, or you have to call off, and it's like, oh, I got that little scar again, but I ain't gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? It's like little things like that. It's like little minor things keep happening. Maybe you having little hangovers, and Spirit said not little hangovers, big hangovers. But I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but it's funny because y'all remind me of me when I used to be hanging the fuck out. But anyway, yeah, Spirit saying, baby, it's okay. Hey, live your fucking life, but just make sure, like I said, it ain't about what you do, it's about how you do it. Because that night, so funny. Spirit was like, I told you to tell the whole story, and I used to up and tell it. That night, y'all, that I just shared with y'all, what I didn't tell y'all, and it's not like I was trying to hide it, I literally forgot, but Spirit just reminded me. That's why I said tell the whole story, because it matters. But anyway, sorry, y'all, my ancestors be tripping me out. So, on what I had missed out, y'all, was on my way to the club that night, right? I got pulled over. And the guy who I told y'all about, who I had to damn near escape from, I was dating him at the time. And I wasn't even dating him. No, I wasn't. I was just talking to him because I remember I didn't start dating him until after I got out of jail for my DUI, because he ended up burning me out. And my young ass thinking, oh, well, maybe I should give him a chance. Maybe I should date him because he bonded me out. And I felt some type of way towards my family at the time, because they was like, let's let her sit overnight until she get R&R. I'm like, bitch, what? Bitch, what? I don't want to sit in this bitch at all. Pay them $600 and get me the fuck out of here. Like, I'll pay y'all back. But that's what my family was on. So he came through. He paid the $600. He got me out. And after he ended up getting me out, I was feeling like guilty, because I kept telling him before I went to jail that I didn't want to be with him. I didn't want to be in a relationship. I just had got out of a relationship. And not only did I just get out of a relationship, I got out of an abusive relationship. And then I get back into another one. Didn't even know it. But yeah. So for somebody, Spirit saying, that's why it's important to listen to your conscience. Like, because if I would have listened to my conscience, just stuck with that instead of me feeling like going with that guilt trip. Don't feel bad about any choice that you made. Because like, I felt like if it wasn't for him doing that, I would never felt like, oh, well, maybe I should. No. Sometimes we be feeling like we got to do something for somebody because they did something for us. Why can't you just understand that you deserve for people to come into your life and do good things for you? Haven't you done good things for people before without anything attached to it? And now it's like, back then I didn't really understand that, but now as a more, evolved woman, I look at things differently now than I did in the past. And I know I'm so everywhere in this video. Anyway. Forgot what I was saying again. I didn't, but I did. I did, but I did. Because I know what I was, like, the topic, I forgot that. But I know what I was going. But I'm like, okay, let's get back to the topic. Y'all gotta not mind me. It's early. But anyway. So, what was I saying, y'all? I don't know. So, just gonna talk again. So, yeah, it's like, I just been feeling like, oh yeah, my grandma. So, with me, like I said, I've been through so much in my life. Like, I just kind of, within the last couple months, like, really, like, got to a place where I just stopped having that sympathy for those who just don't show me that they have it for me. And I just kind of got real serious about self-love and really serious about cutting people out of my life. Like dead ass. Like, no shit. Like, it was hard at first because some of the people that I stopped fucking with, I love them so fucking much. And one of the people in particular, like, I loved her so much that a bitch couldn't say shit about her around me at all. Like, dead ass. Like, a bitch already knew, like, you know how Ty is. When you say something about what's her name, like, she gon'... And that's how it was coming every time for her, my whole life. And, it was hard for spirit to reveal to me some things, you know what I'm saying? Like, when the spirit started allowing me to hear conversations with people, that they had about me, and when spirit started, like, having me, like, being able to hear people's thoughts about me and knowing what people thinking about me in their own homes sometimes when I'm not even around. Like, and some of the people, I ain't gonna lie, I love real hard. And some of the people, I just... It kind of sound weird to say you love somebody hard, you just love somebody. But I'm just going to speak from my own experience. There's some people that I fuck with so hard that it hurt it the most. And some people that I love them and I fuck with them, but it ain't hurt that bad, but it still hurt, though. Because it's like, damn, like... I don't know. It's just... You know, like how we have our thoughts, like even in relationships, like with our moms, our sisters, our brothers, our friendships, and we'll have that thought of, like, let's say, I don't know, you know how that thought that you will have, and it's like, you know that you, even though you had that thought, you'll never say it out loud to them. You'll never in your life say it out loud to them because you know that those words are hurtful, and you know that those words will hurt them and would cut them deep. You know what I mean? And some people, like, would say those words, but only time that usually a person would cut somebody that deep is when they're angry. And I done been there before too, when a person been very angry at me and they said exactly how they felt about me. And it was interesting to me because I remember the first time that happened to me, I fucking snapped for one, and I gave her ass everything that I felt about her that I would never say to her. And I know that I cut her deep because she cut me deep, so I wanted to cut her ass back deep. I ain't gonna lie. And this was years ago, though. I'm not on that no more. I'm not with that. Oh, you stab me, I stab you back. You stab me, bitch, I'm walking away and I'm going about my business, and God gonna, eventually that knife gonna fall out my back because God got me. But because I was there before with somebody, I understand that usually the only time a person do that is when they feel like they feel like they got so much power that they look down on you. Like, kind of like how P. Diddy and Cassie shit. Like, P. Diddy felt like he had so much power, so much money, so much. It's like, you could never compare to what I have. So I can talk down on you because who are you? Look how much I have. Look where I'm at in life and look where you're at in life. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say shit because I got money and you broke. That kind of shit. But why the fuck I keep forgetting what I'm saying? Damn. Fuck. Maybe I wasn't supposed to talk about that. Damn, I don't even know. But I see I'm at 39 minutes. I probably gonna cut it short soon. Oh man, I don't know what I was gonna say. And I was all getting deep into it. Anyway, I don't know, y'all. It's one of them days. Happy Friday. But yeah, people will try to cut you with their words. And oh yeah, that's what I was saying. So like, you know how it's certain things that you will even see on a person. You might see a person walking down the street, be like, what the fuck they got on? Like, what the fuck they got on their head? And you know, even though you're thinking that because that's what you're projecting, that's how you feel, that's your opinion. If you say that to them, you know that'll hurt them. And just because you think something look a hot fucking mess don't mean they think that. Shit. I know me personally, I used to, and I still to this day like to do it. When I was growing up, I used to always try to want to be like, I would put on something mismatch. And if it's cute and I think it look cute together, I don't give a fuck. And I'm still that person to this day. I still wear what I want to wear. Sometimes I wear my little accessories and stuff. And sometimes people may think it look kiddish. You think I give a fuck? Hell no. I'm pretty sure it's somebody who done seen me and done said something about me a million times. Rather it's she got that little ass shit on, or she got that little kitty ass shit on, she like a kid, or I understand a bitch will always have something to say. Always. However, the point I was getting to was before I get sidetracked again. I had got to a point where those thoughts like you think on top of it, I hear that. The things that people would say or think about me that they wouldn't necessarily say, I hear that now. And they don't even got to be around me. Spirit just be telling me, like, literally, like, I just started a new job, y'all, right? And don't nobody at my new job know that I'm a tarot reader. Don't nobody really know me. They just know I'm Taisha. Some of them know that my nickname is Ty. I'm a nurse, and boom, boom, boom. I did send a video to one of my coworkers about helping her with the LPN test, because she's I was told by another coworker that she was studying to take it. So I was like, oh my god, I got a video, and I'm always trying to help people, so I sent that to her. But honestly, I don't feel like she came on my channel and watched anything, and if she did, well, but hey. But yeah, like the whole reason me telling y'all is like, so it's so many people like at my new workplace like done had, I ain't gonna say so many people, but I'm kind of like hesitating now because I don't know. But fuck that shit, I'm gonna say it. It's a couple people who already had small conversations about me, and it's also I had thoughts about me. And it's funny because they don't know that I can read thoughts. They don't know that I have this gift. They don't know this, and I can just pick up energy. So it's funny because like my people just asked me yesterday, he was like, you don't get tired of that sometimes? Like just, like always knowing what people think about you and always just all the bullshit, because a lot of times it do be some bullshit. Like, and don't get me wrong, it's not all bullshit. Some people genuinely like me, and I know that they do, and I can hear what they think about me, and you know what I'm saying, all this stuff. And it's like, oh, and then it's like, then it's the small for that bad apples who feel like whatever. Like, I ain't even gonna go into how they feel about me because I don't give a fuck. And it's like, lately with my spiritual gift amplifying, it's like God, it's like he slowly like gave me my gifts. I noticed that. First of all, he waited till I got in a certain age in my life. Like literally he waited. Like I noticed that like my childhood was the worst. From my childhood, out of every area in my life, my childhood was the worst childhood. I was gonna say hate, but hate is a very strong word. And as I'm about to say I despise it, I feel something in my soul saying, no, we don't. We love our childhood, because if it wasn't for our childhood, we wouldn't be who we are today. If it wasn't for everything I went through as a child, I would not be who I am today. My childhood, yes, it was rough. It was dark, very dark. My teenagehood was also a little dark, but then I had my daughter and it added a little sunshine to it. I didn't understand at first. Before the sun came out, it was dark as hell. Shit, I was a baby having a baby. I had my baby when I was 13, 14. Got pregnant when I was 13. Yeah. So, yeah, like, shit. So it's like, my childhood, my teen years, and then my in my 20s, man, I was like, I literally just told y'all a few minutes ago, I went to one abusive relationship to another, looking for love in all the fucking wrong places. Like, in my teen years, I got raped. I didn't even share that I got raped because in my childhood, it was so many times that it almost happened, and I spoke about it, and it was kind of like my fault. So, well, that's what I was told. But I just felt like I was always just running, trying to like fix myself, trying to heal myself, trying to make sure I'm okay, trying to make sure, like, scared, running in fear, not knowing who to trust, not knowing who gonna protect me as a kid, my damn self. So my gifts really, like, and I remember as a kid, I used to always say, like, when I used to do stuff, he was like, why you did that, Taisha? And I used to, like, the devil made me do it. And I used to literally listen sometimes and hear the devils and the angels, like, and I didn't understand then that this whole time I was talking to spirits. Like, so anyways, fast forward, God literally didn't really, like, fully, like, give me my whole gift. I ain't gonna say give me because I always had it, but I mean, allow me to understand what I had in me, who I am, what I am, until I got to an age in my life where I kind of settled. And when I say settled, I settled with God. Like in 2017, I settled with God. In 2017, I went to God and I repented for everything. And I realized that it was something in my life that had to change. And ever since then, my life has changed. Like I literally am living in a quadrant jump, like dead ass right now. And I was crying yesterday, and when I kept feeling the emotion of wanting to cry, and I always, when I feel that strongly, I always go to my closet, into my little desk, and I sit at my desk, and I have a mirror on my desk. And whenever I get done crying and sobbing and talking to God always have me look in the mirror, and that's when God will speak to me. And when God speaks to me, it's as if God is saying, I am you. I'm not speaking to you, I'm speaking through you. So look at yourself because I am you. And speak. As I speak these words to you, understand that I'm speaking to you through you. So I'm going to use you to have you build yourself. So that you that I just said, as in me, is God. I am that I am, and I am everything. I am. And it's like, now that, I'm in like different environments and stuff, and my gift has amplified so much to the point where I can't not know what a bitch think about me. I'm learning how to not give a fuck even more what a bitch think about me. Like, because I'm realizing that it don't matter. Really, the only thing that really matters is that I am happy. And sometimes you being happy literally will make someone else miserable because they don't want to see you happy. Or because they're not happy within their own life. They're angry because it seems like you're happy in yours. So they're deflecting how they feel about their own life onto you. So why should I care? Like, take on that energy when it has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? So I see that I'm literally going into 49 minutes right now. It's almost an hour. I literally didn't expect this video to be that long. Today is my off day. I am going to get my nails done today. I am going to get my eyelashes done in a few minutes too. Well, I think I'm going to the nail shop first, and then I'm going to get my lashes done. It's still early as heck. It's probably like 8 something. The nail shop open at 9. So I kind of got to chop it up with y'all, because I'm doing a self-care day. Oh yeah, I did a facial last night too. I love how I got my face glowing. Whenever it's time for me to get my lashes done over, I always like to do a facial and just give myself that clear look and just embrace my natural beauty, because I think it's important that as a woman, you know, even though we like to, wear the nails and the lashes and all that, even the hair, like it's also important for us to take those small moments to just, embrace the natural. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I love, like, sometimes just seeing my bare face, no lashes, clear face, and knowing that if I was to, if they was to turn us to slaves right now, I'ma still feel beautiful. Because I feel like a lot of times our ancestors didn't feel beautiful because they didn't have, like, the money to buy certain things and look a certain way. And I feel like with this generation, now that we do have access to do that, because we have access to education, and education is power, I feel like a lot of times we kind of use our power to make ourselves feel fulfilled. And I think that spirit wants us to, like I say, live a life of joy and abundance and do what you want to do. But at the same time, remember that when it's all said and done, you gotta still love just you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell God, like, I've been telling God lately, like, I've been so overwhelmed with, like, gratitude for what I got right now in my life. Everything I got, like, not even just the material shit, even, like, my knowledge, my power, the way I talk, the way I move, the way I carry myself, the way I think of myself, the way I see myself, the way I respect myself, the way I allow people to treat me, the way that I teach people to treat me. And it's like, damn, I forgot what I was saying again. It's just so crazy. Like, God just been showing me, like, the only thing that truly matters is how you see yourself. If you see yourself as being a shitty ass person, then yeah, you need to work on that. But if you know that you are a vibrational light that's always trying to heal, always loving, always this, and there's still people that look at you like you shitty, then yeah, you need to work on not giving a fuck. You see what I'm saying? So, anyway, y'all, what else I was gonna say to y'all? Fuck. Forgot what I was gonna say. Just live your life. Live your best life. But just, oh yeah, thank you, Spirit. Live your best life, right? Do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. But remember, do not let the ego take control. When you are doing certain things for yourself, do it because that's what you want to do. But don't do it and then when you look in that mirror, that ego start to poke his chest out like this and say, like that version that I was talking about earlier of those people who feel like, oh, I got this and I got that, so I'm better than them. So I can talk down on this person and tell them they ain't shit because they ain't got shit. Because I'm riding around in the motherfucking Benz and this bitch still riding around in the hoopty. Oh, this bitch ain't got shit. She sit on her ass every day. She don't got shit. She on housing. She got this. She got all these fucking kids. She got all these different baby daddies. See what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? That shit right there. Don't ever get to that point where you feel like because you got your shit together now, that you can talk about a bitch who ain't got that shit together. Because remember, you was that bitch one time. Remember that. You was that nigga one time. Remember that. And sorry for using those kind of words, but sometimes when I just be talking from the heart, I understand I'm from the hood. So sometimes I may come off a little hood. But it's all out of love. So if I offended anyone by using those terms, my bad. But then again, it ain't my bad. Fuck it. I'm not going to apologize for some shit that I am. This is me. Unapologetic. You see what I'm saying? It's okay to be yourself, but don't be yourself to the point where you making somebody else feel down. Like, don't talk down on anyone. If you're going to be yourself, be yourself. If somebody get offended by you being yourself, then so fucking be it. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you're not talking down on someone, you're okay. Some people going to feel like you talking down because of how you speak and how you carry yourself so fucking wet. That's why I said, know who you are. Know thyself. Because if you don't, a motherfucker going to try to tell you who you is. Like, you can be in that person who was a doormat for people for 15 years. And then all of a sudden, snap. And you're no longer that doormat. And now you're this brave, motivational speaker. And when you speak, sometimes people feel like, oh, she this and she that, or she. No, you're not. You just changed. They just wanted that version of you when you was a doormat. And sometimes when you're not that doormat anymore, people want to make up lies and clock you in, and they want to say that you're this and you're that now because they don't even know what the fuck you are now. Because all the only version they knew of you was that doormat. And when you stop being doormats for people, they don't like that. Especially when they're like still trying to figure out what the fuck to do, and you done left the doormat, you doing this, and now you the damn dough. Like, and they like, well, damn, I'm still, and they still the motherfucking dirt. They ain't even make it to the doormat yet. You see what I'm saying? So just understand that everybody got their seasons. And I tell people that all the time. So don't never talk down on somebody. Even when you're in your up season, pray for those who are in their down season still. Because a lot of those people in that down season, you don't know where they're going. You don't know where they're going. And I want to share something else with y'all too. Anybody in their down season, guess what? Once you're completely down, the only way to go is up. That's the only way to go. And I know that shit because I was there. I was fucking there. And when you have experienced something, you can speak on some shit. When you ain't experienced shit and you speaking on shit, you really just speaking bullshit, really. You really just speak about some shit that you seen, really. But with spirit, we can't see spirit. We can feel spirit. So how you feel, that's what truly matters. And if you feel like you have reached a place in your life, well, you was at the complete bottom and now you're up, and you think it's okay for you to talk down to motherfuckers that's down, you really fucked up in the head. Like, dead ass. Like, I'm just saying. I ain't trying to be the bad guy and the one to make you feel like you're less than, but I am going to be that person to let you know you need to check yourself. Straight up. Because a lot of times people get on their, high horse and they think, oh, like, no, it's not cool. It's not okay at all. So that's all I have for you guys today. I did not expect to be on here so long. I don't even know if I'm going to title this. Free talk and a little bit of sprinkled channel messages. Maybe I'll title it that. Who fuck knows? We'll see. Y'all will see when y'all see it. But I love y'all so much. And I hope everybody have a blessed, prosperous day. And until next time. Oh, yeah. And don't be scared. If you want to comment, comment. And you can also like. You ain't even got to like, comment. You can still like. You feel me? But if you don't want to, that's cool too. Thank you for watching. And I love you guys.